School districts across the state will now have to figure out how to make up for lost time after dangerous temperatures forced schools to close all week.
News 8's Jordan Fremstad spoke with 2 school district officials about what their plans are to replace that time.
Mike and Martha, if you stepped outside for longer than 5 minutes this week, you know how cold it was at times, and school district officials didn't have much choice but to call off school all of this week. Nevertheless, that time now has to be made up, and districts are starting to weigh their options looking forward. The coldest temperatures in more than 20 years created challenges for school districts across Wisconsin and the Midwest. But the time that was missed has to be made up in one way or another.
As of today, we'll be going to school on March 15th, June 6th, and June 7th.
West Salem Superintendent Troy Gunderson says they built a day into March for this type of situation.
Each district sets their calendar up a little different, and each district has their own sort of commitment as to whether or not they're going to make up every minute lost.
State law used to require 180 days of instruction, but now it's based on hours, 437 for kindergarten, 1,050 for 1st through 6th grade, and 1,137 for 7th through 12th grade. That gives more freedom to districts to decide how they will make up for lost time. School District of Onalaska Superintendent Fran Finko says his district will make those days up in June.
We don't build snow days into the calendar.
They could add time at the end of each day, but Finko says it's not the best answer.
The problem with adding time at the end of the day, it's not the same as having a full day of instruction.
That's not the only problem districts face.
It's the fact that I've got 275 employees. Some are salaried, some worked overtime on the day it snowed, plowing and shoveling and answering the phone, while others sat idly because there weren't children here.
Gunderson says it's not fun to have to go to school in the summertime, but a lot of tax dollars go into schools, and districts need to justify the aid they receive.
If they're sending you, in my case, in the school district of West Salem, they send us $11 million worth of aid. It's probably not unreasonable for them to think that we're going to go to school. So
the days that have been canceled were canceled for a reason.
We have to make a mistake. We make a mistake to the point where we could have had school today. We look foolish, but that's better than having children here and then not being able to get them home or having someone gets hurt.
Now, there could obviously be more days that could be called off in the future, so districts will not know for sure how many days they'll have to make up until winter is over. And according to the La Crosse School District calendar, they'll add minutes at the end of each day after they miss 2 days, and if there are any more after that.
All right, thanks so much, Jordan. Also, we wanted to point out that school districts could potentially be forgiven the hours they missed this week because Tony Evers stated the emergency declaration earlier in the week. For instance, schools in Minnesota will not have to make up the time due to its governor's state of emergency declaration.